Hi everyone, it's your Simmer here. Welcome to Real Economy Trucking Euro Style. So this one expires in 16 minutes. It's an urgent delivery. I think I could be getting myself into a little bit of trouble here, but I prefer this from all the other jobs I've seen. It's again the lowest paying, but it's at least 77.77 euros a kilometer here, so it's not too bad.
Okay, here we go.
Problem is, once again, I need to be able to get where I'm going. Now I think it's over to the left.
Turn left.
And then it's that DB Schenker that's to the right here. So it's within 2 minutes.
Turn right.
And since Geneva was so compressed, I thought it would be okay. It appears, in fact, to be okay.
Get ready to turn right.
And then we made that light, which is a good one.
Turn right.
And we don't even have to wait for a gate to open.
Finally,
So
we are here.
we should be good. It's just a matter of...
Let's do this.
It's just a matter of, can I deliver in time, because I'm supposed to rest in 3 hours. And so with it being an urgent delivery, I may not have the time to rest. I may have to take a penalty, but that becomes dangerous. Alright, so I think that'll get me in. Well, good. Need to line up a little bit better. Helps again if I straighten myself in my own cab.
Drive safe.
Alright. So I have 17 hours 48 minutes. I can rest, so that is good. So I will certainly do that, because I do not want to get penalized because I couldn't make it in time, because it's a 5-hour drive. Now it's a 5-hour drive, I have 3 hours. The question is, do I try? So I'm going to take a look at the map. It's taking me this way. Now is there a rest? Okay, there's rest areas there and there. So I think I can certainly go that far. There's another one there. But then once we're past, well, I guess we've got kind of 2 tolls, because I might even be able to get here. Because given that it's 5 hours for the entire trip and I have 3 hours, you know, this is a little bit past the halfway point, but probably not that far. So, feeling pretty good about it. I guess we'll see where we're at, like when we hit the earlier border area, this one. I think we're going to hit that pretty quickly, though, probably within an hour. So let me reset this. 337 kilometers is this run, so this is a pretty good length. This is going to take a good amount of time. It's telling me 15 minutes in real time, but once again, we know how that works with cities and stuff like this. Oh boy. All the lights are turning green, and these cars are just coming, so I'm going to end up missing this opportunity. I know that. This is disappointing. Yep, there we go. So we'll stop here. I can see the green light. If that other car had stopped earlier, I could have tried to sneak out there, but best laid plans. But this is exactly what ends up making a 15-minute run take 30 or 25 at least, because there's just a lot more happening in Europe than there is in America. And even just not being able to turn right on red, you know, there's a lot of time spent at lights not being able to do that. So there's certainly a factor that plays into it there. So we'll see, we had 2 hours and 48 minutes till I had to rest when we pulled out of there. We'll see when we get down the freeway here, once we merge on in a bit, and we get to that first space, if we're less than an hour and 48. If we are, I'm gonna have to think about it. But yeah, this is now taking us to Italy. Torino is the site of the Winter Olympics one year.
Get ready to turn left.
If I recall, I think it was relatively recently, although it may have been there twice. So it may have been there like in the mid-1900s as well. But then I think it was here recently. Alright, we hit that yield sign a bit, but it was a tight turn no matter what we did. Alright. So that gets us on why. Oy, oy, oy. I guess that's how they get in trouble with the computer AI. Like, I don't know why he was slowing down. I didn't even have my turn signal on. So, get up to speed. Of course, being here in the Alps, that would be a lot of mountains and therefore a lot of tunnels. So, I thought I heard somewhere that Switzerland has the most tunnels per kilometer of road of any country in Europe. Given that they're tiny and they're basically a mountainous country, that would seem to make sense. But I'm not sure. Alright, so this is the first rest area. This is not the toll booth rest area. So this may be, I assume, where we're going from France into Italy. Or no, wait. We're going from Switzerland into France. What am I saying? So I guess we're popping back in and then we'll be going out into Italy later. At least I think we are. I thought for sure that's where we were headed. So there is the toll booth that I was looking for coming up. We have to go a little slower here because of the, whatchamacallit, the tolls. So we'll go through the pull-through line. There we go. Just have to slow down, but at least don't have to stop. So that little bit does usually help. Go. Now, we'll see if he lets me in. I think he is. So, that is good. Alright, and now we're finally at an hour and 41 minutes. So, we're going to press on to the next one. And we'll see what that looks like at that point. I don't remember if it's the next one or the one after that that I'm really trying to get to. Because I'd also like to not constantly have to be driving in the night and in the twilight, so the longer I push it, I think the better that will be. But again, it'd be foolish to get a sleep fine. This is also unsafe, and in the mountains here, it doesn't make sense. So yeah, we're coming up
Keep
on
right, and then exit right.
an hour and 20 minutes. So yeah, we're probably close here.
Right.
And what we need to do to rest, because we're not even seeing the rest stop yet. Really pretty countryside here. I'm enjoying the ride. I hope you are as well. But definitely lots to take in and enjoy from a scenery perspective. Alright, let's see if we can get moving before we then just need to stop again. Alright, I'll move over. We can get up to the speed limit, but we cannot exceed it like we normally do a tiny bit, because 90 is what the truck cruise is capped at. So as one would expect, the road kind of meanders a bit here, but I would say the roads in Europe, I've learned, seem to meander a bit, regardless of what the terrain is really like. I think they're just obviously trying to use the right-of-way they had available to them at the time, and I'm sure the land holdings around were not put in any kind of a grid pattern, assuming high-speed road, because likely when those boundaries were created, there were like horse paths, and I mean they were roads, but it was just a dirt path and so forth, and that worked fine. Because you weren't looking to go across the country, for example, because it would take far, far too long with your horse and wagon. So yes, now at this point I'm at 44 minutes. So yes, the next rest stop that makes an appearance, I definitely want to take advantage of. It should be coming up soon, I would think. Looks like another tunnel. Not sure if we're headed back towards Switzerland. I think we're still in France. I guess we don't need to go towards Switzerland. We need to go toward Italy. Which is also to the east, but this is telling me we're going to the south, so... Alright, and as always, I'm getting a little bit nervous now, because I've got 30 minutes, and I'm not seeing my rest stop, and now I have this stuff going on, which just makes things worse. Because the time goes by, but the distance doesn't. But I think we're going to be close here. Yep, there we go. So 21 minutes to get to those rest points. Hopeful. Doesn't seem like it's that far. Okay, there goes our loan installment. And we'll go around this basically 90-degree turn. Although I probably need to slow down and, well, I guess maybe because he saw my turn signal, he's letting me go. Very nice of him. Now I'm going to need to be over here, so those are all closed. So I'm going to have to grab a physical ticket here, pay directly, no pass-through, but when I'm pulling over, that's kind of what I need. Now in theory, yeah, now I'm at 0 minutes. There shouldn't be anything coming from there, I would hope. Here are the spots, and I should be able to just rest. There we go. See ya in a bit. Alright, just before midnight. We have 4 hours, a little less than 5 hours to deliver, and a little over 2 hours to get there. So we'll be fine, unless we get some strange detour, which always seems to be my luck with these type of deliveries. It's almost as if Euro Truck has it out for me. I'm really not sure. So obviously a little more difficult to see But yes, we have 132 kilometers left to a little over 200 that we've done. So this was certainly past the halfway point, which is what I was thinking. But the nice thing is then, you know, it gives us 10 hours, and it's probably still going to take several loads to cycle back to the daytime, but every little bit is going to help us. So yeah, this would have been my next option for resting, but this is a good ways away. It's almost half an hour later already. And then going through here, and then another toll. So there we go. Telepass is on this side, which is absolutely what we've got. So I think the yellow lanes are the ones that will get us through. Took a little longer than I would have expected. It didn't really, I couldn't see any indicators that indicated we needed to go slowly, but I may have missed them. Alright, so once again, I'm going to try to accelerate and get moving. You can see the shadows of the mountains off to the right. So, I don't know, unless I'm thinking Torino is the wrong place. I thought for sure that was in Italy, but I believe we're still in France. I don't recall crossing the line at all. We still have 87 kilometers, so it's possible we're going to do it somewhere along the line there. But I'm really not sure now. But yeah, you can see the shadows of the mountains, certainly. You know, get a lot of visual clarity as we're now past 11 p.m. Just happy to see the road. Nice sweeping, gentle curve. Those are always great, because then you can just keep moving. That expansion in the road that just came on my mini-map might be the border crossing. Looks like it's a toll of some sort. So, probably not a border crossing. This is Torino and Milano. I know Milan is definitely in Italy, so alright, we'll just head through here. Hoping this won't be a problem. There we go. Alright, Robert made 683 euros. That's a pleasing sight. Annie leveled up. Also a pleasing sight. I don't know if I need Torino South or Torino North. I'm going to assume...
Keep right, and then exit right.
Alright. Because I was going to say, I'm assuming since she's not saying anything, I need north, but obviously now we've been corrected. Getting close, less than 40 kilometers away at this point. So, Milan is this way. Other cities, Genova, obviously, as well. Alright.
Keep right, and then exit right.
I guess this is where we're going. There we go. Now we can see our delivery point.
Exit right.
So, similar type of exit is still what we entered on. I think this is a trumpet, is the style of design that they call it. And we've got a garage again. But we're going to be, I think, a little bit under the 7 hours left that I can still do work, which will obviously mainly happen before daylight. Unless I go ahead and sleep before I pick up the next job, which I can do.
Keep left, and then turn left.
But then we're going to continue kind of jumping in here and pushing ourselves back because our drive time's only 9 hours or 10 hours. So let's say I slept till 8 or 9, I would get 1 day of, maybe 2 days of ability to get up in the daytime, and then I'd be dragging it down into the nighttime again.
Turn right.
I'm guessing because it's at midnight, that's why they just have a blinking light at this point. And very similar delivery point to what I had. So, warehouse, some different trailers, but similar layout. So hopefully I'll do a better job with this one. I seem to be, I think, setting myself up too close. What is moving around? Oh, that's just me, I guess. I saw the lights. I'm like, is there somebody like trying to get by me? But doesn't appear to be the case. So a little bit of an optical illusion here. That's not an illusion. I'm gonna hit that trailer if I'm not careful. Alright, so let's try to swing that a little quicker here. There we go. Now the trick is I always tend to now have gone too far, and I continue that trend. Whoops. I was meaning to go the other way and I hit the brake harder, which is how you reverse in the game. So that was a mistake. Luckily it doesn't look like it caused too much of a difficulty. But I think we'll be in good shape here. Getting up to the dock. There we go. So let's see what the situation is. Alright, good amount of experience, that's for sure. Depending on what kind of job we get, we might level up next time. More importantly, our profit has gone from the 4,000 euro range to the 5,500 euro range. You know, we'll see if it continues that way in the future, but so far, not doing too poorly now. I'm going to have to get gas at some point, and that's going to take thousands of euros. So, and my drivers will have to be doing the same. So we may just be in a sweet spot where we're all doing jobs and getting paid, and we're kind of between maintenance runs, but when maintenance comes back in, it might eat up all our profit. But we'll worry about that next time, so I'll see you then.